Good evening, everyone. I am Naina Rana from Queens Valley School, currently interning with Anon. I welcome you all on the behalf of Anon Global Foundation for the final presentation session for the 3 weeks internship program, Gen Zoomers Shaping the Future, offered by Anon. I'm sure all the interns must have had their best of efforts in these 21 days training and had an extraordinary experience while working on their topics. I now welcome our jury members, Ms. Kaur, National Manager Government, PSU, Education, Novanti. Ms. Devinder is a mind shift coach focusing on motivation and inspiring the next generation for world to experience positivity and goodness in times to come. She's dynamic and motivational catalyst and a confidence enhancer, an electronics engineer and MBA with solid work experience of 25 years in telecom and IT industries, known for her openness, leadership, who can build team cohesion, adaptation to change, conciliator, pranic energy healing proficient NLP coach for the students. I thank the jury member for their valuable time. We have Team 5 with us who will be sharing their ideas on the topic unlimited opportunities and limited mindset. The team is mentored by Anuradha Ahuja. We have Ayushi Gaur from Queens Valley School, Dwarka, Dipanshu from Blue Bells International School, Greater Kailash, Pearl Vikas Chaudhary from Queens Valley School, Dwarka, and Dyoti Jain from Delhi Public School, Rohini. Now I request the teams to please come forward and kindly start the presentation.
All right. हेलो हाय नमस्ते सत श्री अकाल आदाब प्रणाम स्वागत है आप सबका इस मीटिंग में और मैं हूं आप सबकी होस्ट और दोस्त आयुषी. Let me introduce you to the other interns as well. Dyuti, the one who always has our back. Pearl, the one who is always attending her tuitions. और दीपांशु एक ऐसा लड़का है जो हर एक सीरियस टॉपिक को फनी बना देता है और हम सबके चेहरे पर एक मुस्कुराहट ला देता है. अब जब इन सब के बारे में जान ही लिया है तो आइए अब इस टॉपिक के बारे में भी थोड़ा बहुत डिस्कस कर लेते हैं, which is unlimited opportunities but a limited mindset.
अनलिमिटेड अपॉर्चुनिटीज और लिमिटेड माइंडसेट, अब ये क्या होता है ये मैं समझाती हूँ. पर्ल, जब तुमने ये इंटर्नशिप ज्वाइन की थी तब पहली बार तुम्हारे दिमाग में क्या आया था?
यार, I तो genuinely thought कि I don't know anything.
But you know you can find out.
पर यार कितनी सारी problems है.
Consider it as an opportunity.
And there are so many people far better than me. What if I feel jealous?
You can admire them and learn from them.
नहीं यार, मुझसे नहीं होगा. It is too difficult.
Don't worry, you'll get a lesson.
And what if people criticize me in the end?
You can take it as a feedback and learn and improve yourself.
तो देखा आप सबने कैसे द्युति ने पर्ल का लिमिटेड माइंडसेट पैराफ्रेज करके इजीली ग्रोथ माइंडसेट में बदल दिया. तो समझे आप?
हाँ, now I understood. लेकिन why is it important to have a why is it important to have a growth mindset at all?
अच्छा पर्ल और दीपांशु, एक बात बताओ कि जो स्क्रीन पे अब तुम्हें पिक्चर दिखेगी, यानी कि ये वाली, तो उसमें तुम्हें क्या दिख रहा है?
यार द्युति, मुझे तो इसमें एक यंग सी लेडी दिख रही है.
और दीपांशु तुम्हें?
बट नहीं, मुझे तो इसमें एक ओल्ड लेडी दिखाई दे रही है.
नहीं यार दीपांशु, ये देख, इसकी हैट, इसकी नोज, इसकी चिन, यंग लेडी ही तो है यार.
बट मुझे तो इसका फेस, इसकी नोज, तो ये तो बिल्कुल ओल्ड लेडी ही है.
अरे अरे लड़ना बंद करो. एक्चुअली इस पिक्चर में दोनों यंग और ओल्ड लेडी दिख रहे हैं. इट इज जस्ट एन इंटरप्ले ऑफ परसेप्शन माय फ्रेंड्स.
एब्सोल्युटली राइट आयुषी. तो देखा आपने कैसे आयुषी ने ग्रोथ माइंडसेट के साथ एंटर करके इतनी सी प्रॉब्लम को इतनी जल्दी सॉल्व कर दिया. उसने बता दिया कि ये दोनों परसेप्शंस अलग अलग थे और दोनों ही इक्वली रिस्पेक्टेड हैं. तो हम ये कंक्लूड कर सकते हैं कि इज इट इम्पोर्टेंट टू हैव अ ग्रोथ माइंडसेट बिकॉज ऑफ द फॉलोइंग रीजंस. 1, it helps to develop interpersonal skills. It makes our life very easy. It resolves dispute quickly and efficiently, and it reduces frustration and it makes a person much more adaptable.
Okay, so now we have learned about the importance of unlimited mindset. Now let's jump on to our survey analysis.
But before we do so, be careful about the following: social desirability, variations in personality, high versus low self concept.
एब्सोल्युटली दीपांशु, हमें सोशल डिजायरेबिलिटी से बचना ही पड़ेगा.
अरे सोशल डिजायरेबिलिटी वो क्या होता है?
It is the tendency of a person to act in a socially desirable manner. In short, इसका मतलब ये है कि चाहे आंसर अच्छा हो या बुरा हो, हम वैसे वे में आंसर करेंगे कि वो socially acceptable हो और जो कि सबको अच्छा लगे.
Oh, makes sense. Also, we need to be aware of the variations in personality. कई लोगों का हाई सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट होता है और कई लोगों का लो सेल्फ कॉन्सेप्ट होता है. इसी के चलते जब वो क्वेश्चनएयर में क्वेश्चंस आंसर करते हैं तो वो थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट हो सकता है rather than what they think. Just because of their self concept, they might answer in a very socially acceptable or socially adaptable manner, plus according to their own variations in personality.
ओके तो चलो हम अपने क्वेश्चनएयर के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स के बारे में बात करते हैं. द फर्स्ट ऑब्जेक्टिव वाज टू क्रिटिकली इवैल्यूएट डिफरेंसेस इन इंडिविजुअल माइंडसेट. कुछ लोगों का माइंडसेट लिमिटेड हो सकता है और कुछ लोगों का अनलिमिटेड, तो हम लोगों को इन्हीं को सेग्रीगेट करना है आपस में.
थर्ड, सक्सेस और माइंडसेट के बीच के रिलेशनशिप को हम समझेंगे.
राइट और इस क्वेश्चनएयर के रिजल्ट्स की हेल्प से हम एक अच्छा माइंडसेट क्रिएट कर पाएंगे जिसकी वजह से हम एक अच्छी, सिंपलर, मेंटली बैलेंस्ड और फुल ऑफ लाइफ स्किल्स लाइफ जी पाए. So now let's move on to the questions.
Question number 1 talks about how do you define success? This question would analyze the different perception of individuals with regard to their different perceptions of success. Out of all the responses, 117 people, which is 58.5% of people, said that they define success by seeing self-growth, which is ultimately a sign of a growth mindset. And the materialistic responses such as money, compliments, etc. show that they have a very narrow mindset which can be changed with time and with their acceptance to change.
This can also be correlated to question number 13. Ayushi, can you correlate both of them and tell us?
Yes. Question number 13 talks about how a person would readily attend a workshop if it is held on a holiday. Now, herein, there are so many people, which is 54.8% of people said that they would readily attend the workshop, which correlates us to the first question, which states that the people see self-growth and they are ready to accept the changes which do occur. And even on a holiday, हम लोग जब नहीं जाने का मन करेगा, they would readily attend it, which showcases a growth mindset and the ability to change when required.
Absolutely. Let's move on to the next question now. Wherever you are in your life is based on your luck or hard work. In my opinion, hard work coincides with our baseness in life more as we ourselves are responsible for whatever we do in our lives. हम सिर पकड़ के बैठ जाते हैं कि यार मुझसे तो होता ही नहीं है, मेरे तो बस की नहीं है, तो हम हमेशा लक और फेट को ब्लेम करते हैं. But it was wonderful to observe that even 21.6 people think that their baseness in life is entirely based on hard work, while some of them also thought that it was an interplay of both luck and fate.
तो द्युति, इसका मतलब ये है कि अब हम पेन पे ब्लेम नहीं डाल सकते हमारा पेपर गंदा जाने की वजह.
Unfortunately not.
Our third question talks about if a close friend has been selected in IIT but wants to pursue videography as a profession, what would be our reaction towards it? What about you, Dyuti?
यार अगर मैं फरहान होती ना तो मैं तो कहती कि अब्बू नहीं मानेंगे.
Well, ऐसा ही कुछ लोगों ने कहा है. They have overlooked videography as a career option. 60% of them just wanted the friend to pursue videography as a side hobby. पर अगर यही लोग अपने दोस्त को ये सजेस्ट करते कि वो वीडियोग्राफी को अपना मेन प्रोफेशन बनाए तो उसके सक्सेसफुल होने के ज्यादा चांसेस होते. बट लोगों को लगता है कि और प्रोफेशंस चूज करना इज नॉट समथिंग न्यू टू आवर जनरेशन.
Question 4. After facing failure, what will be your approach to overcome the situation? हमारा एम इस क्वेश्चन को पूछने का ये था कि after failing whether most of the people give up or they try again with different or same approach. Fortunately, less people said that they'll give up. Rather than losing out on anything, we should always try our best, all the best till the time we do not become perfect at it.
Absolutely, Dipanshu. This reminds me of somebody we popularly know as the KFC guy. His father died when he was 6 years old and he had to cook for his siblings. Later, he faked his age at 16 years to get into the American army. After being expelled from it, he got a job in railways. Unfortunately, due to a fight with a co-worker, he had to be expelled again. He studied law and started selling life insurance, but he got fired once again. But he did not give up. He founded the ferry boat company and started selling. Another company stole his design, and his situation was dire. But he still did not give up. He rose up and opened a chicken shop when he was 40 years old. The chicken shop closed down 2 times, which is because of the World War II. But his mindset did not let him give up still. His recipe was rejected 1009 times before the invention of what we know as KFC. This story is a success story inspired from failure. Therefore, it is not at all justified to take your failures on your heart and never try to approach this situation with some other approach.
Truly inspirational, Duty. Let's move forward to question number 5. The question number 5 talks about how does criticism affect you? Majorly, people answer that they will ignore it. But in my opinion, and in almost everybody's opinion, this is something which helps you in escaping the reality, which is ultimately not a good option. Because when you ignore things, you are very rigid in your mindset to not change, which is not at all suitable for a person who is adaptable to situations and who would prefer a growth mindset. There are people who would get sad, there are people who would get motivated, which shows that they are showcasing emotions rather than ignoring it and showcasing a mindset which is so narrow that you do not want to change yourself.
Right.
तो इसका मतलब आयुषी, मैं क्रिटिसिज्म को पॉजिटिवली ले सकती हूँ और अपने ड्रॉबैक्स पे काम कर सकती हूँ.
Absolutely, Pearl.
Okay. On that note, let's move on to the next question. How much would you rate yourself with regard to acceptance of change? People who can adapt more easily are more likely adjustable and can make use of new opportunities more efficiently. Sadly, only 7% of people said that they can readily adapt to change, which clearly shows that having a growth mindset, that is the 7% of people who have that mindset to change according to the situation, can attract more opportunities because they're easily adaptable and adjustable to each and every situation. So until you open your doors and let things come in, you cannot explore more opportunities. Let's move on to the next question.
The next question talks whether people likes to lead or follow. However, both leading and following goes hand in hand. और बिना followers के तो leader हो ही नहीं सकता है. But majority of people believes that they will choose the situation accordingly. कि वो lead करेंगे या follow, that depends on the situation.
It is time for a movie break now. Let's watch a small movie which is created by all of us, and we have put in most of our efforts to finalize this movie and hope this brings up a smile and inspires you all.
I hope the movie is visible.
Yes, it is.
Yes.
डोरेमोन डोरेमोन, कोई नया गैजेट दो ना डोरेमोन, जिससे मैं बहुत अमीर बन जाऊं, ताकि मेरे पास बहुत बड़ा घर हो, महंगी गाड़ियां हो और कम से कम 100 नौकर हो। फिर मैं एक रूल बना दूंगा कि किसी को भी पढ़ने की जरूरत नहीं है, खेलो कूदो और मौज करो। ये स्कूल वैसे भी बहुत बोरिंग होता है ना डोरेमोन?
कहते हो नोबिता, जिसे लाइफ में कुछ नहीं करना उसके लिए स्कूल बोरिंग ही होता है। पर शायद तुम्हें नहीं पता, अगर जीनियस लोगों ने पढ़ाई नहीं करी होती या स्ट्रगल नहीं करा होता, तो ना ही आज वो जीनियस बन पाते और ना ही और जीनियसेस बना पाते।
जीनियस तो पैदाइशी होते हैं ना डोरेमोन, उन्हें अपने आप आइडियाज आते हैं, उन्हें कुछ नहीं करना पड़ता।
ऐसा नहीं है नोबिता, जीनियस भी मेहनत करते हैं और मिस्टेक्स करते हैं।
तो मेरे में और जीनियस में ये तो कॉमन हुआ कि दोनों मिस्टेक्स करते हैं, फिर मुझे डांट और जीनियस को इनाम क्यों? ये ना इंसाफी क्यों? मुझे इन सब से क्या, मैं थोड़ी ग्रो कर सकता हूँ जीनियस की तरह। मेरे तो मार्क्स भी नहीं आते और वैसे भी ग्रो करके
तो
होगा
बेटा,
नहीं क्या?
सब ग्रो कर सकते हैं। The only limit we have is the one which we set for ourselves. और बात रही कि ग्रो करके क्या होगा, तो ग्रो करके तुम अपने पेरेंट्स को, फैमिली को और इन जनरल पूरे वर्ल्ड को कंट्रीब्यूट कर पाओगे, एक एसेट बनके।
उससे क्या होगा डोरेमोन? यही ना कि मुझे आराम मिलेगा, पर डोरेमोन वो आराम तो इतनी मेहनत के बाद मिलेगा, पर मुझे तो अभी से मिल रहा है। मुझे सोने दो ना डोरेमोन, बेकार की बातों से मूड मत खराब करो।
नोबिता, उफ, तुम्हारा कुछ करना ही पड़ेगा। टाटा, ये लो एनीवेयर टॉर्च। अब यहाँ से चलते हैं दो ऐसे लोगों से मिलने जिन्होंने अपने माइंडसेट को अनलिमिटेड करके न्यू अपॉर्चुनिटीज को एंट्री टिकट दी है। इंडियाज लक्ष्मी अग्रवाल एंड स्टीव जॉब्स, द एप्पल मैन फ्रॉम यूएसए।
2005 मैं 15 साल की थी। मेरे पेरेंट्स ने एक दिन मुझसे रैंडमली पूछा, क्या बनना चाहती हो? मैंने भी कह दिया सिंगर, और उन्होंने साफ मना कर दिया। उनको प्रूफ करने के लिए मैं एक रियलिटी शो में जाना चाहती थी, और 2 महीने की स्कूल की छुट्टियों में मैंने उनको बहुत मना के खान मार्केट में एक बुक स्टोर पे काम करने की परमिशन ली। रीजन बुक स्टोर नहीं, रीजन तो सपने थे, सिंगिंग थी, करियर था, मेरी फ्रीडम थी। पर कुछ दिन बाद एक टेक्स्ट आया मेरे पास, मैं बहुत प्यार करता हूं तुमसे, शादी करना चाहता हूं। 32 साल का एक लड़का, मेरी दोस्त का भाई था वो। मैंने कुछ रिप्लाई नहीं किया। एक दिन बाद मैं बस स्टैंड पे उस बस का वेट कर रही थी जो मुझे रोज सपनों की ओर ले जाया करती थी, और तभी वो लड़का बाइक पे आया, उसके भाई की गर्लफ्रेंड के साथ। उसने मेरा मुंह पकड़ा, मुझे धक्का दिया और बियर की बोतल में से कुछ मेरे मुंह पे फेंक दिया। मैं जल रही थी, चिल्ला रही थी, मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा था मेरे साथ क्या हो रहा था। मेरा पूरा फेस मेल्ट कर रहा था। मेरा 3 बार कार एक्सीडेंट हुआ उस टाइम पर कोई बचाने नहीं आया। एक अंकल थे जिन्होंने आधे लीटर की पानी की बोतल मेरे मुंह पे डाली। सारा एसिड मेरे गले से नीचे मेल्ट होने लगा। शायद एसिड नहीं, मेरी स्किन थी वो। उस स्किन के साथ मेरे सपने और मेरी पूरी लाइफ पिघल रही थी। 7 सर्जरीज के बाद जब मैं घर आई तो सोसाइटी वालों ने बोला, शादी कैसे हो गई इसकी, बेचारी पूरी जिंदगी खराब हो गई। एसिड डालना ही था तो कहीं और डाल देता। शक्ल बिगाड़ दी बेचारी। इंजेक्शन लगवा के मरवा दो इसे, जीते जी मर रही है इस शक्ल के साथ। और मैंने भी सोच लिया कि बस अब तो सुसाइड ही एक ऑप्शन है। पर फिर मैंने रियलाइज किया कि एसिड अटैक से पहले भी मैंने यही गलती की, और आज एसिड अटैक के बाद भी मैं यही गलती कर रही हूँ। He spilled acid on my face and not on my dreams. मेरी हिम्मत और मेरी सोच को कोई एसिड अटैक नहीं मार सकता। Today, I am a successful singer, a model, and an inspiration to many acid attack survivors out there. I not only stood up for my own self, but for a million people who lose their lives to fear by putting a stop to acid sale. All in your mind. You choose to grow, you grow. You give up, and it's over.
I enrolled in a college at the age of 14. During my studies, I felt that all my earnings of my parents was spent on college studies. At that time, I was not able to understand anything. I did not even know what I would do forward. After all, I decided to drop college and thought that I would do something that would help my parents. At that time, I felt that all my decisions weren't right. But after all, life proved to me that without a risk there is no stance. Either you win, you learn. But all that matters is you try. Try to change something for the sake, for the good. At that time, I had no room to live in, so I used to stay in my friend's room and sleep on the ground. I also sold Coke bottles so that I could at least not starve to death. I used to walk as many as 7 miles and go to Krishna temple so that I could get some food to eat. Accidentally, one day I discovered about the Reed College. It was very famous all over the world for calligraphy. I became interested in studying calligraphy. I learned serif and sans serif typefaces. I created typography by adding different words from the same typeface which consists of dots. After 10 years, I designed the first Macintosh computer. This was my first computer design. If I did not come if I did not come out of college and I did not study calligraphy, then I would have never made this. My success story is widely known, but what was unknown was that all it came for a price. I sacrificed my fears and kept faith in my own self. I expanded myself to the most of my capacity and became unstoppable. So can you, my dear friend. Unlock your potential, give up fear, and soar higher than ever. Unlimited because there is no limit to anything in this world.
आंखें नहीं, सोच को आजाद करो और तुम क्या कर सकते हो इसका फैसला सिर्फ तुम कर सकते हो. अनलिमिट योर अपॉर्चुनिटीज, अनलिमिट योर माइंडसेट.
तो देखा तुमने नोबिता कैसे इन दोनों ने अपने माइंडसेट को ऑल्टर करके अपनी लाइफ ऑल्टरेशंस पे डाल दी. और तुम देखो वो आज कहां से कहां पहुंच गए.
हाँ डोरेमोन, तुम सही कह रहे थे. मैंने लाइफ को हमेशा अंडर एस्टिमेट किया है, पर अब और नहीं. I will live to my maximum because sky is the limit. I will live for everything wholeheartedly and pounce on opportunities.
That is it for our presentation. That is it for our video. I hope you guys liked it. Moving on to the next slide.
Question 8. Have you undertaken any course or changed any habits to make yourself better in the past 1 year? So yeah, most of the people say yes because they get to learn and may develop new skills. However, people might find interest in that particular course and then pursue it over their life. It can be an outline to help you create and identify a goal. The course can be a guide to help you accomplish any goal.
Moving on to the next question.
Question number 9 talks about who among the following is your role model. As we've seen that 29.1% of people consider themselves as their role model, which tells us on how narrow their mindset is and how they are not accepting the fact that limiting themselves to their own self would limit their opportunities as well, and they would not be able to explore others and would not be able to know others' perceptions of the world, and thus they will only get into their own shell and would never come out of it.
Definitely. Let's move on to the next question. Your friend has won the national debate competition while you lost it. What will be your immediate reaction towards it?
Honestly, Dyuti, I've been in that space and I feel that whenever your friend wins, it is a moment of pride for us because that is something which makes us even more motivated to achieve more in life. And rather than feeling jealous or not bothered, I feel very proud and I feel that we should cherish each of our friends' success.
Exactly, Ayushi. And that is what most of the people even answered. The majority of people said that they'll get inspired to work harder. While we should not overlook the minority group who say that they'll feel jealous. It is absolutely normal to feel jealous. मुझे भी होगा, मेरे से ज्यादा कोई अच्छा होगा तो मुझे भी jealousy feel होगा. But the thing is, to get inspired, the first step is to feel jealous, because that is when you accept that the other person is better than you. You praise them, you are looking forward to them for the goodness in them, and you look forward to them for learning it. And that is why it is very important to feel jealous, but ethically and morally, by keeping your life skills intact. Moving on to the next question.
Our next question talks about how does one succeed. वैसे तो सक्सेस की कोई डेफिनेशन है नहीं, but for understanding, it is a state or condition of reaching a defined range of expectations. This question was kept open क्योंकि सबके लिए सक्सेस डिफरेंट हो सकता है, but majority of people chose that while putting efforts to develop oneself, to develop one skill, it is what success is for them. However, there is no particular determinant of success, and success depends upon the amount of hard work you put into and how you just evaluate your opportunities and work upon them.
Right, let's move on to the next question now.
Suppose you have recently learned about the LGBTQ community and you found out that one of your close friends belonged to it. What will be a probable response to the same? From the perspective of this question, we can say that most of the people, almost 59%, are comfortable with it. However, 26% people would take some time to understand and will eventually accept it wholeheartedly. This can be due to having a fixed mindset, as some people might not be aware of the kind of gender which does exist in today's world. In order to support this question, we would like to say that LGBTQ community faces a lot of discrimination in almost all aspects of their life. They are targeted for attacks because of the gender expression and sexual orientation.
बट दीपांशु, आजकल तो ये सब नॉर्मल है ना. मेरी तो खुद की एक फ्रेंड इस कम्युनिटी से बिलोंग करती है, एंड आई एम वेरी कूल अबाउट इट.
And that is exactly how things should be, Pearl. We should normalize such things because this is becoming a big bane to our society.
Now let's move on to our conclusions. Since we ended on the LGBTQ community note, I would want to share one thing. Recently, the Supreme Court has delayed the promotion of a judge named Saurabh Kirpal due to his sexual orientation at least since 2017. No offense, but even if there's the slightest of truth in this statement, it means and it shows how limited our mindset has become, how fixed and rigid we have become in our thoughts. We do not want to let somebody grow because of their sexual orientation, is it? So I personally learned that it is very, very, very important to open up your mindset, because once you individually open your mindset and unlimit your own opportunities, you not only open the gates for your own self, but for your entire community, for the entire nation, and for the entire globe.
I came across many ideologies while working on this internship. कुछ लोगों के answers ने तो they made me rethink upon my own opinion. I was so glad to know what people think upon few cases in life. The best part for me was working upon the movie and having a closer look to the prominent personality Lakshmi Agarwal. What a marvelous woman she is. कैसे उन्होंने अपनी लाइफ की हर एक restrictions को हटाकर सक्सेस के पेडिस्टल को रीच किया है. She is a true inspiration.
अगर हम किसी से बोले कि क्या आप मैकडॉनल्ड से अच्छा बर्गर बना सकते हैं, तो ज़्यादातर लोगों का आंसर ना ही होगा. I have learned a lot through this presentation, as rightly said by all of them. I got to learn more about myself, even it enhanced my qualities.
Apart from what we've learned from the very topic, I'd like to tell you that we've learned a lot from the internship and this experience as well. We've learned how to work in a team and be friendly and get open up in a very short span of time, which is obviously 21 days. We've also learned how to manage our time along with our studies, because most of us are in 12th and Dipanshu is in 9th. So we have also learned how to manage our time along with that. And also we've learned so many life skills. We've learned how to speak up, how to present our views. We've learned how to tackle so many things in our life. And this is a big life lesson, and this is something which was much needed. And the adaptability to change, the acceptance of change, is something which has helped us in turning with this with Anon Global, and this has indeed helped us a lot.
Good evening, respected jury. I hope I'm audible. I'm actually vacationing outside, but there was no way I could miss this. I'm so glad that I got to hear my team speak. It has been a great experience working with them. They've had great ideas. And, each internship, the biggest takeaway for me is no matter your age, no matter who you are, you can have great ideas. And like these kids have so rightly said, you just have to open your mindset. I mean, I opened my mindset and took, their viewpoint into consideration, which is why, everything came out so well. And I'm so thankful to Anon that, they've given me this opportunity to work with this extremely talented bunch of, students. Uh, Three of my students had their pre-boards going on, but they rallied through, and I'm so proud of you all. I'm glad I got to hear you guys in the end. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, ma'am.
So much, ma'am.
Thank you, team, for the wonderful presentation. Now I request Ms. Devinder Kaur ma'am to please share her views regarding the presentation and any questions you would like to ask from our interns.
Can you please stop sharing this?
So in fact, yeah. In fact, I've been attending all the presentations, and I don't mind saying this. This was the best I found it. So fantastic work done, team. You guys have really done it. And the way you were communicating, the way you were conversing with each other, it didn't look like it was a presentation. It looked like as you were just interactions going on, and in between you have covered everything. And number of questions were quite high in number, and the number of options in per questions are also pretty high. It can have both pros and cons. Pros could be, yes, people had a lot of choices to pick up from. The trouble for you could be that the results may not show up that appropriately if there are too many choices given to somebody. So that was something which I really wanted to give as a input. The another thing, rest of the other components were very nice, beautifully composed. The movie was little lengthier, and I saw only 2 people enacting. So I think everyone should have, taken part. That was one.
Ma'am, I would like to answer on that. The parts played by Doraemon and Nobita are actually our students. They have just used voice modulation.
I had this question. Okay, I wanted to ask this. Was this a clip you really found out from somewhere, or you guys were playing it at the back?
Ma'am, they've worked so hard. They've picked up the animation. They've done their voiceovers. They have edited it and made it like this. And in fact, when the movie was ready, we considered, we had this question that, the timing is for the movie too long, but I don't know. And I thought I'll probably sit on my own and edit it. But then we requested Aarti ma'am. We said, please have a look. In my heart, I couldn't find even one part of it that I could cut off, because I mean they've acted fabulously. I mean, it talked about the topic so well that I think it was just my call, kind of, to let the movie run its course. So.
The movie was amazing, and if since you're saying it's voiceover, so obviously it now made it even special because I was just generally thinking, how come Nobita and they're talking about growth mindset. So absolutely great. I mean, that was a good job done, very good job done. In fact, couple of you were just reading, conversing as if it was flawless. One person was reading when he was a Steve Jobs, so so that component could have been taken a little better. But I think overall, I'm really happy with the overall performance. Amazing, absolutely good.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so very much.
What was the responses numbers in total? Somewhere I saw 177 or 170 something, but after that I did not find one number of responses.
It is almost above 200.
200
above 200. Fair enough. I'm good.
Thank you, ma'am, for your inspiring words. Once again, I want to thank our jury member, mentors, and Anon team for this delightful evening and for your valuable time for this wonderful session. Thank you.